Oh, hi, I'm Virginia. Didn't see you there. My current hobbies include long walks in the hallway, randomly speaking with an accent, and eating only liquids. Hello lovely people, welcome to the channel. Today I have a video for you with my hair wash routine. I really like the flat iron that I have, so that is why I filmed it, and I just happened to never get around to posting it, but I'm posting it now. If I am not able to talk quite as much as I normally do because actually, fun fact, I just got my wisdom teeth removed, which is why I have my voice sounds a little different and why I'm kind of a little bit muffled. Because actually this part I can't really feel. That's why my talking is muffled. And also I don't know why, but this muffled voice really makes me want to speak with some posh London accent. I don't know why, but I feel like if you were to have a muffled voice, it would fit well for a posh London accent. I don't know why. That's just how I feel about it right now. I feel like that might be the only upside to it, because a California accent is not posh at all. There's nothing posh about it. So I went in to get my wisdom teeth removed. However, I still can't feel a little part of my face, and I am on a liquid diet. It's very exciting. I have been taking quite a bit of ibuprofen, but for right now, this is just how it's gonna be. So today I do have 3 major pros for why I really like this steam flat iron, because that's what I use. And honestly, I'm never going back to a regular flat iron, and there are 3 main reasons. The first reason is the fact that it really does help with humidity. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of chemical reaction, but when you steam your hair, it keeps humidity out longer. I'm not saying 90% humidity, obviously if it's raining, it's still raining. Yeah, but it does definitely help with days that are a little more on the humid side, and it just gives you a little bit longer. I've noticed that my hair doesn't curl as much as fast. It definitely curls a lot slower than it would curl if I had a regular flat iron. That's pro number 1. Pro number 2 is definitely that it speeds up the entire process. It does not take me, now I'm feeling British again. It does not take me nearly as long to flat iron my hair as it does with a regular flat iron. It definitely seems like it just doesn't take me as long. It used to take me a little more than 2 hours, and now it definitely takes me less than 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes or something. So that is pro number 2, is that it just speeds up the whole process. Pro number 3, you will not notice this on your first try. So just know that if you switch to this flat iron, it will take a few washes, but if you clean your flat iron after every use and use it properly, then you will notice that the smell of flat iron that happens, which is burning oil that might stick to your hair, that will no longer happen. Think about steaming something versus grilling something. The steam keeps the food smell more, and the grill makes something smell grilled. Yeah, so if you use the steam flat iron, I've noticed now my hair smells like my conditioner more and more each time I wash it, or the hair oil that I use smells sweet, and it smells more like that instead of having that kind of other smell that comes with a flat iron. That was the thing about the regular flat iron. It's not like it stayed with my hair, but the more often you flat iron it, the more you're just kind of reinfusing that smell, and that's what's kind of unfortunate about a regular flat iron. But with the steam flat iron, that doesn't happen, and especially if you clean it, you have to make sure, that is the one thing, you have to make sure that the little holes where the steam comes out are able to stay clean. You don't want them, they get this little calcium buildup. I don't know, it's weird, but you just have to make sure to clean that out as much as you can, as often as you can, and that will keep your flat iron in perfect working condition. But I must say, I really like the steam flat iron, and I don't think I'm ever going back. My hair right now is about a week, maybe a little bit more than a week after the wash. So this is what it looks like about a week and a half after I've washed it, because I'll go through what I put in it and the products that I use, and I will also go through sort of how I straighten it out, my technique, and then at the end I will show you what the finished product looks just the day of, after I have flat ironed it. And then this would be what my hair looks like about a week and a half after I've flat ironed it. So let's get started. Okay, so first I have my hair tied up right now. What you're gonna want first is like a t-shirt, one that still won't stain or like one that's kind of old. And what I do usually is go through my hair with whatever treatment I want to put in pre-wash. So like right now my hair is still mostly straight, and then what I do is I go through my scalp, and if you want to do like rice water or something, that you can do that. I've done that before. Or if you want to do an oil treatment, you can do that as well. This time around though, I just did my apple cider vinegar with like some water in it just to dilute it a little bit. And I have this little dropper here. It's actually used for my steam flat iron, and I fill it up with water, and then you can put water into the steam flat iron. But I also use vinegar in it, and it's just like an easy way to like put small amounts of liquid in my hair. I wouldn't recommend putting oil in it though, because it'll clog it up and would probably damage your flat iron over time. But just for vinegar, I can rinse it out and it's no problem. But I go through my scalp and just kind of like put my vinegar in it and then kind of like massage it around. More of the reason that I massage it around is just to keep it from like dripping down my face or my back. But also, it depends on the amount you put in. And I would also recommend, like, if you have, like, I have dandruff, and it's kind of hard for me to manage, especially with my allergies. So I feel like the apple cider vinegar is a good way to help kind of like combat that. But it means that I have to put it in before I wash my hair. So I put it in a few hours before I shower. That way it will soak into my scalp and kind of like do what it needs to. You can also put it in overnight, and especially if you use rice water mixes, those definitely you want to let them sit as long as possible, probably like 4 or more hours. Like overnight is ideal for the rice water mixes. I am not using that this time because even though it does kind of help with hair growth, it doesn't really help me in terms of like dandruff. So that's why I'm using the vinegar this time. Because I knew I was going to wash it like this weekend, I put in castor oil because it's kind of a thick oil, and it just kind of helped like my scalp and helped with like skin and hair growth and all that type of stuff. So after you put in all of your vinegar, and I've gone through and I've used up pretty much all I have, then I tie my hair up and wait for a few hours, which I already did that. I put it in quite a while ago. You just are going to want to tie it up so that it's not in your way, and like if there is excess vinegar, it's not like dripping on you. Okay, so I plan on washing my hair with a few different things. I have tried a few different products over the years, and I think kind of narrowed it down a little bit in terms of like what I use when I'm washing my hair. I do have dandruff shampoo. I haven't tried this dandruff shampoo before. It is just like Dove dandruff shampoo. I've tried, it was Equate. I really liked that one because it actually had like a minty smell, but I'm hoping that this one will kind of last longer in terms of dandruff. So I'm gonna try this one and see how it goes. Something I have been using for years though is this Herbal Essences Hello Hydration. I use both their shampoo and their conditioner. I have the shampoo, but I was traveling, so I put it in one of these teeny tiny little, I don't know, container things. So this is the shampoo, and I like this just because I feel like it does help with like moisturizing my scalp and keeping my hair from getting really dry. I used it when I was a lifeguard. I felt like it really helped with that and prevented like breakage from the chlorine, because that was tough, making sure that the chlorine didn't damage my hair. Sometimes I use the shampoo. I probably will just use the dandruff shampoo today just to make sure that like I'm only testing that dandruff shampoo, and then I'll use this as my conditioner. And I have to detangle my hair in the shower or else it won't detangle at all. So my hair tangles really easily. It's very curly. I have to comb it out in the shower with a lot of conditioner in it. Actually, I had a lady who did my hair once, and I know that she thought certain things about how she could do my hair, and she was sorely mistaken because it took her like 2 hours to detangle my hair. It usually doesn't take me that long, like it really doesn't. But yeah, it took her a good 2 hours of like ripping out my hair to get it detangled. So I definitely make sure that it's wet and has a lot of conditioner in it, and then I comb it out. I kind of like to rinse most of my conditioner out, but I do like to leave some of it in. And I think that leaving the Hello Hydration in is a little thick. So I've started leaving this in, and it's a Shea Moisture conditioner. And it's also a leave-in conditioner, so it's not so heavy. And it does have apple cider vinegar in it, so it kind of helps like reinforce that. And it has black castor oil, which helps obviously with like hair growth and stuff like that. And it's got peppermint in it, so it smells really good, which is like pretty much the goal here. Also, just another tip, something that I've noticed is it does help when I detangle my hair before I get in the shower. I know a lot of people just like kind of leave their hair messy and then get in and they try and like detangle it after it's been like tangled, but I find that it helps if I detangle it and then wash and shampoo it, and then you don't have to like fight it as much when you're trying to get the tangles out of it. So that is something that I would definitely recommend. I'm going to wash my hair now in the shower. I'm just going to check back in with you after, okay? Okay guys, so I just finished washing my hair. First I split it into sections, and then I braid it up so that all of the sections are separate, so that when I go to comb it out, they are already like split up. I do know that it's faster for my hair to dry if it stays loose. However, if it stays loose, then it will like retangle while it's drying. So that's why I leave it in braids, and then it will dry a little slower, but at least I'll be able to do like small sections at a time while I'm flat ironing, instead of worrying about like trying to keep it from tangling while I straighten one section and the other section is like drying out. Also, I tend to like to straighten my hair, especially now with the steam flat iron, when it's like, I would say like 60 to 70% dry. I don't let it dry out all the way. If I wait until it dries out, then it's like flat ironing hay, and that's just like not good for anybody because then it stays hay like after I flat iron it. It's better actually, especially with the steam, to straighten it while it's still wet. And I do put like a little bit of heat protection like oil on it, and like the oil kind of seals the water in, and it's a little amount of oil, that way my hair is not like super greasy. It also helps seal in some of the moisture, because like when you really think about it, you want your hair to be moisturized, right? So you would have like water in it and moisturizing products, and if you let it dry out all the way, then your hair is not going to be moisturized. I keep touching my hair because it is now dripping on my shirt. So it usually takes my hair at least a few hours to dry. Right now it's definitely too wet to try and straighten out because it's dripping onto me. I will definitely show you guys my technique for straightening my hair, so I will be back later. Thank you guys. Hey guys, okay, so my hair is mostly dry. It is still like leaving a few water spots on my shirt, but it's mostly dry at this point. So I've got all 4 sections of my hair, and I'm just going to leave one section down, and I'm going to show you how I straighten it out. I just have one section. I use this like, it's called Beyond the Zone, Turn Up the Heat. It is like it's just like an oil, heat protection oil. And it keeps like my hair from getting damaged while it's being flat ironed or curled or whatever, but right now I'm flat ironing. And then I also have Proclaim Olive Glossing Polish. I don't know, it's like basically olive oil, and I just use that in like really small amounts, mostly on my scalp. And then I also have almond oil, which is supposed to be really good at reducing split ends. So I'm going to put almond oil like more toward the tip of my hair, like where my ends are. And those are the like 3 kind of oils that I use. But actually I found that I put in less oil now, and it's way better. My hair was getting like pretty oily, and it doesn't moisturize your hair. It just kind of like keeps it shiny and healthy. So it's much better to moisturize your hair and then put a little oil on it, and that will prevent it from like getting too greasy. Just going to unbraid my hair. Pretty dry, a little damp toward the ends. I usually actually start from the back. I like to start from the back and then work my way forward, but For the purpose of this video, so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing, I'm going to start with the front and work my way back. So I'm only going to take out like a small amount of hair. I don't know, my hair like kind of splits into sections on its own, but I'm just going to use like this front part of the hair where like kind of bangs would be if I had bangs, and twist the rest like back around the hair tie. First thing I like to do is actually put on the heat protection spray, just so that I make sure that I'm covering like everything. It actually smells like candy, which is part of the reason that I like it. It's like a really sweet smell. Also, the Dove anti-dandruff shampoo that I used smells like coconut, so that was really nice. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of almond oil on my fingers, and it's a really light oil, so it won't like weigh down the hair, but it is good for making sure that your hair doesn't split. Okay, so I have my brush here, and I'll still probably split this in half, and then I just put the brush up at the top, and then I have my flat iron, which is, what is it? Professional Steam Styler, and the steam is turned to setting 1. Setting 2 is like a little bit much for me, so I choose setting like 1. It's because it's too much if I don't. And then I have it set to 430. Mine's set to 430 right now. Sometimes I do like, for touch-ups I use like 410. Also, if you're using a steam flat iron, do not put it next to your scalp, because the steam will come out and burn your scalp, and that will just make like your scalp issues worse and stuff. So just make sure that you don't put the steam flat iron next to your scalp, because it hurts. So it's a little bit of oil that you're hearing, but mostly steam from the flat iron. So I only have to go over it twice with the steam flat iron, which I like. I still might go over like this top part one more time, but and not only that, it also keeps my hair straight like longer. I usually curl it too. The steam flat iron like takes the curl out of your hair like more completely than a regular flat iron. Yeah, this like makes my hair just so much like faster to do, because it usually takes me so long. I am still gonna go like finish it up while watching a movie, but basically I just put the brush under it and then pull down while I'm flat ironing it so that it is brushed when it comes out. And like you might have to go back and do the edges or something, but you can turn the steam off for that. Like I would recommend that you turn the steam off before you go back to do like just like the parts that are right next to your scalp. Now I'm gonna do another section for you guys. And maybe I should do, yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. And also my hair, because it is still slightly damp, which is what I like, is so much like softer. Just a little oil accident, it's fine. Also, something I should mention, my hair actually, it curls as it dries. So like, some of the pieces, well actually some of them are straight because I have kept it straight, and then when I go to wash it, like some of the pieces stay a little bit straight, but for the most part, when it dries, it will curl more. So if I can straighten it while it's still straight, it'll stay straight, if that makes any sense. Because the water like weighs the hair down, and then as it dries, it just kind of goes like and gets like shorter and curlier. Also, I put the heat protection spray with like little olive oil and then still the almond oil on my ends. I did that again. Guys, so I just finished this section of my hair. I actually did turn the flat iron off and go back over like the like kind of close to the scalp area. It really doesn't, actually I have one more to do. It really doesn't take that long. You just kind of straighten the little section that's like right next to your scalp with the steam off so that it doesn't burn you, and then it just kind of like straightens that last bit out. Now this section of my hair is done. This is how my hair looks, like this section of my hair. Now I have 3 more sections to do, so I'm going to watch TV while I do that because more interesting than staring at myself in the mirror. So once my hair is straight, then I will come back and I will check in with you guys and show you guys like the finished result. So first, I'm also going to like section this so that it doesn't get in the way of the other pieces while I'm straightening. So I just kind of like twist, and then it like sort of starts to become its own bun, and then I can wrap the piece around itself. So now I have this, and I can move on to other sections, and I will be back after I have completed straightening all my hair out. So an equal amount of time probably for each section. So the amount of time that it took me for this one, like each section is like 20 to 30 minutes, which that's why it takes me like 2 hours or like an hour and a half. I will be back after completing the hair. Now I am completing the look. So this is what my hair looks like now that it's all straightened, and it's actually really, really soft now. So it's kind of hard to explain, but if you go to a salon or something and they do your hair, they usually use like really, really high heat and then like lightweight products. So it kind of makes your hair almost feel like it's like lighter and thinner. And that is kind of the feeling that I get when I have straightened my hair with like that flat iron. So it will go away after like a few days or whatever, but it makes my hair lighter at like when I just straightened it, and it's a really nice feeling and just makes it kind of like softer and flowier. I do sleep with my hair. What I do is I twist it and then I like kind of like roll it around itself into a bun. So that's why I do have these curls rolled into a bun. If you want, obviously, to keep it straight, then you can just tie it a different way, and the flat iron will help keep it straight. And now you can just see the result. Found this video helpful. If you do have any questions for me about the products I use or kind of like the process, then just let me know and I will answer you in the comment section. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.